This Apple event from 2017, in my opinion, shows Apple at their finest and is going to go down in the history books as one of the most memorable parts of Apple's history. For months, we'd been hearing about some crazy iPhone redesign. Some big changes were coming, but nothing was concrete. And then, after the expected iPhone 8 reveal, we got that magical
one more thing.
This was Apple at its best. Sleek reveal video, a Johnny Ive narration, and not just one or two small upgrades, but nearly everything on iPhone X, inside and out, was totally new. Even though it wouldn't release until November, and even though it cost at least $1,000 to get this thing, people were super excited. At the time, I was in college. I was a journalism major covering this story for the college news broadcast. I remember going out and covering this launch day and talking to people and shooting these shots of the crowds, and people were just coming out in droves. They were excited about this because iPhone X was just such a departure from what Apple had been doing for so long. That phone launched nearly 8 years ago, and ever since then, it feels like Apple's sort of been stuck in this cycle of innovation stagnation. Since 2018, when the iPhone XS was released, iPhones have been more or less basically the same. A camera upgrade here, a new button or color there. While the iPhone has definitely never been as refined as it is now with the iPhone 16 series, Apple fans and even Apple haters both want the same thing in 2025. They want the iPhone to be exciting again. Rumor has it this is the year that everything is going to change again. Apple's gonna do something new, different, exciting, but also this sounds like the same story we hear every single year. Let me tell you everything we know about the iPhone 17 and why this might just be the year we get a little bit of that iPhone X magic back once again.
Apple hitting another record high today, and according to our data team at CNBC, it is the most overbought company right now in the S&P 500.
So the man behind the iPhone these days, Apple CEO Tim Cook, has certainly proven without a shadow of a doubt he is a very successful and competent CEO. He's turned Apple into a multi-trillion-dollar company. And to his credit, he's pushed Apple into some new, really exciting and successful directions. But recently, especially over the last 2 or 3 years, things have been sort of messy from the outside. We've seen Apple attempt to launch this revolutionary new Vision Pro headset, and by all accounts, the launch sort of fell flat. Then Apple tried to race to catch up in the AI game with Apple Intelligence, but so far, it's been a very sloppy rollout, and things just don't really seem to be all that exciting in the Apple world. Even the iPhone 16, camera control, some colors, Behind the scenes, we've heard that things are even messier. There's multi-billion-dollar projects getting shut down after years and years of work. There's a messy fight over the Apple CEO successor and who's gonna replace Tim Cook. And really, it feels like no clear direction on where Apple is going next and really what that next big thing is gonna be. It's sort of ironic that for years we've been hearing that Apple was working to wind down the iPhone. They were working on a successor device that was going to be different and new and offer new experiences and basically have an iPhone-like moment for the company all over again that got millions of people around the world to buy a new device. And by all accounts and everything we had heard, Vision Pro was gonna be like the beginning of the end for the iPhone. This was gonna be the device that was going to change everything. And whether it was due to the high price, or the tether, or the complicated nature of all the components, or a combination of those things, we're not really there at a breakthrough moment with Vision Pro. And it sort of seems like now Apple's sort of scrambling back to the drawing board to make the iPhone exciting once again. This is a product that, despite being still like the company's biggest success ever, was sort of on its way out. Apple was diverting resources to other things. But now it seems like for 2025, and with the iPhone 17, Apple knows they've got to do something different. Little changes, they're not gonna cut it. So the core of the iPhone 17 is going to be an all-new lineup. We're gonna get, again according to rumors right now, an iPhone 17, an iPhone 17 Slim or iPhone 17 Air, an iPhone 17 Pro, and an iPhone 17 Pro Max. Still a 4-phone lineup, but no more Mini and no more Plus. Now, the core of the iPhone 17 lineup, at least for most phones, is going to be this all-new design. There's been a lot of back and forth recently on which phones will get a redesign and which ones won't, but at least the iPhone 17 Pro is going to feature really the most significant redesign we've seen in quite some time. Now, on the front of the phone, there's really only so much Apple can do. They've already got a larger, now beautiful OLED display that's almost bezel-less. We have heard some rumors that the dynamic island might be shrinking just a bit, but on the back is where we're going to see the most significant departure from the iPhone layout and design we've had for years and years now. Current rumors say there's going to be some sort of camera bar on the top of the phone that really elevates the whole camera setup in a way we haven't seen before. Maybe it's this camera bar, maybe it's also a two-tone design. We've even seen some crazy concepts that maybe this could be a screen on the back. We're not exactly sure which direction Apple is going, but at least the back of this iPhone, when you have it face down sitting on a table, is going to look different. You'll immediately notice this is something different and new. In terms of camera upgrades, we already have a 48 megapixel main camera, we've got a 48 megapixel ultra wide introduced with the 16 Pro series, and there is some talk that we could be getting this year some significant upgrade to the telephoto system, whether that's a megapixel jump, a resolution jump, maybe it's some sort of better optical zoom range or digital zoom range or a hybrid of the two. Not exactly sure where that component tree is going to land, but some camera upgrades are expected, along with the rumors that have been kicking around for years now, things like 8K video recording and some sort of astrophotography night mode, a better night mode, I guess, could be coming with the 17 Pro series too. Now, internally on the iPhone is where things get a little interesting, because I don't feel like, despite a lot of iPhone criticisms people have, like myself, no one's complaining the iPhone is really slow. So I don't think we're gonna get like an M4 chip inside of here, probably still gonna be some successor of the A series processor. Apple's also experimenting a bit with this mid-tier phone, the iPhone 17 Air. This is supposed to be very slim, very lightweight. Yes, it's going to sacrifice some of those higher end Pro features like more cameras, but it is going to still retain a lot of that iPhone premium magic that many have come to expect, and also, again, be a totally different design and form factor that's a major departure from the regular iPhone and iPhone Plus version we've had for the last couple of generations. Other things we're expecting are more of the same, but also some refinements. Hopefully we see better battery life across the board. We get finally 120 Hz ProMotion displays on all iPhones, not just the Pro iPhones, and also just for Apple to sort of do something nice for their users, it'd be nice to see the base storage increase as well. So on one hand, the iPhone 17, according to all the leaks and rumors and everything we know right now, is shaping up to at least be an attempt from Apple to be a break from the norm. Some external design differences, some internal upgrades, better camera, better screen, better processor. It's all the refinements that we enjoy from 15, 16 series, but also some new design to make the iPhone stand out and show that Apple is still competitive. That's great. But again, it still seems like Apple is torn. I think Apple sees the writing on the wall, that there's only so much innovation they can do with a slab of glass and aluminum and titanium, and the future is going to be some new device, whether that's a headset or glasses. I'm not sure where we go, and hopefully the iPhone 17 brings some really nice, substantial upgrades in the meantime, as we wait for whatever that next big thing is going to be and hopefully see it come at a much more affordable price. On the other hand, when you look at the leaks and rumors, and again, there's a lot that could change between now and September, there is a lot of valid criticism on exactly what this design means. Is this design adding more utility, or is it just a change in design for a sake of saying Apple changed the design and did something? John Prosser made this point in a recent video, and I echo his thought because I think it's a very valid point and something to discuss. And again, to sort of draw things back home, the reason I brought up the iPhone X in the beginning of this video was it was such a pivotal moment for the company. Not only was it Tim Cook showing that the iPhone's best days weren't done yet, but it was the geniuses of Apple's collaboration team, Johnny Ive's state-of-the-art design team, showing the world what they could do. And yeah, while other Android phones had this or that, Apple delivered a really cohesive and really amazing package. The iPhone X was a huge year-over-year leap, and it wasn't just one change or two, it was new from the inside out. And I think that's what Apple fans want again. Something exciting. Not just a new design for the sake of having a new design, but something that really changes the fundamental experience of this phone in a way that only Apple can do. And I'm curious, guys, what do you think about all this? As we take a look at the 2025 iPhone lineup, where do you see this going? In an exciting direction? The wrong direction? Is Apple just giving us a fresh coat of paint just to do something new? Or do you think there's something bigger here that we just haven't seen yet? Let me know in the comments down below. I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Robert Rosenfeld from the Apple Circle, and I'll see ya in the next one.